Hello, everybody. I hope you guys had a fabulous weekend. Do me a favor and drop it in the comments where you are joining me from. I want to make sure that you guys can hear me. My microphone wasn't working properly, my camera wasn't working. Today's truly like a Monday morning. So, just someone, anybody, give me a thumbs up if you can hear me. Because if not, I'm going to have to see if I can get this microphone to actually work. Because I don't want to scream at you guys. So again, welcome. I was at the MidAtlantic Quilt Festival down in Hampton Roads, Virginia, this past weekend. And I will tell you, I had such a good time. It was the first show that I've been to post COVID. I know people, I get it. COVID's been over for a while. And I am just now venturing back out. So I did find it very energizing as far as my quilting went. I saw some beautiful quilts. I met up with a whole bunch of members from the Creative Design Society, which it is so amazing when you meet people in person that you have been online with for 4 years. So Paula and Irene and Sherry and everybody else that I saw and met, Marianne, thank you so much for making my time there enjoyable. Now, I am sure that you guys did not hop on here to hear me blather on about how great it was to see everybody. So, as I walked the quilts, there were a ton, and I'm not showing you obviously all of the ones that I fell in love with, but I am showing you some that stuck out to me, and I'm going to tell you why they stuck out to me. And hopefully through this, you will gain some energy back into your quilting if you've hit a little winter rut like me. So let's get started. I think there was only one quilt that I totally forgot to take a picture of whose it was. So I'm just showing you parts of it, and the reason why it stuck out to me was these parts. Everything else I have the person's name of who created the quilt. Hey Savannah, how are you? So let's get started. I'm super excited about this. I get to look at them all over again. Okay, so this was Judith's Bellefleurs. I absolutely am drawn to it because of all of the applique. Absolutely stunning. So typically when I view quilts, I kind of just walk past, and if it grabs my eye, I go in for a closer look. And typically when I go in for a closer look, I'm trying to figure out like what was it that made me go up to it. And then specifically because I'm a machine quilter, what about the quilting did I absolutely love? Okay, so I love, love, love how she quilted this, right? The applique is the center focal point. The quilting takes absolutely nothing away from her brilliant applique, and that's what I love. So I love that she used blending threads for this. And you know, she's got feathers in there, so I'm a feather girl and I absolutely love it. So that was part of it. Her border treatment I loved it. I loved how she separated out her border. On one side, she did curves and flowing, swirls. And on the other side, it was a little bit more structured with those nice straight lines. So that really spoke to me. And then her green border, I really love the arches and the feathers and the curved cross hatching. And by the way, I cannot begin to tell you how much I love that corded binding that she has. It's still on my list of things to actually do. And I have Beth Ann Nemesh's book which kind of walks you through it. So I know that's coming in my future. I'm just not sure. And yes, Savannah, totally agree with you. The way she framed those center flowers were just stunning. So again, she did a fabulous, fabulous job. Now, this was the quilt that I didn't take a picture of the whole thing. Hi, Carolyn. It was so good seeing you too there. That was such a nice surprise. Okay, so this just really was, I found, very interesting quilting on this particular piece. I loved how she has the larger flowers. It's that ghost quilting that everybody loves. But you can also see in a little bit of that darker gray, she still has those same flowers. They're just a little bit smaller. So I just loved everything about this. Now, you guys know, this spoke to me. I absolutely love those little diamond shapes, and of course I loved how she stippled in between to make that stand out. Just stunning. Again, these types of treatments take a lot of time, and she just did it expertly. You can also see her border. She's got some arches and some curved cross hatching. And some feathers as well. So loved everything about that. That really drew me in. But I'm going to tell you, this next slide is the one that really had me sold. I loved that she has these scrolly leaf, motifs in white, no less, with all of that little background fill. This just is what made me stop at her quilt. It just, yeah, I was speechless. So when I saw that, it was like I zoomed in and I was like, oh, gotta take a closer look. Gotta take a closer look. Hi, Bernice. So again, she did a stunning job. Now, again, this was the only quilt that I totally forgot because I was so in awe of this quilting. That I forgot to take a picture of whose it was. So that's why I didn't show you the entire piece. So this was Nikki's. This really jumped out at me just because of the really bright colors. Again, you'll notice she did win a blue ribbon for this. I think that those primary colors and the color wheel in the center really spoke to me. And I loved that it was like a unique shape, right? It wasn't square. It just really, I don't know, I really, really liked it. And then here you can see her quilting. The thing that I really liked about this is that it was just an open space, and she divided it with that wavy kind of echo quilting. And then on one side did super dense little stippling, and on the other side did some pebbles. So that part really, I took a picture because for me that was really, I really liked that. And yes, Savannah, that micro stippling, it takes a long time. I always think I have an estimate as to how long it's going to take me, and it always takes me about 3 times as long as what I think it's going to take. So anyway, Nikki did a great, great job. This one was just, again, gorgeous. I don't know how people come up with their piecing on this, but again, Carl Breyer, Fowler, Gentry, blah, that's a mouthful. Just did a really, really great job on this. I loved that the circles had pebbles in it. I loved her echoing fans. She just does it. She does a good job. Does a good job. So that one spoke to me. This one was Patricia's, and it was in an exhibition called My Happy Place. And I must say, when I saw it, I really was like, yes, this is my happy place. This is my happy place. I loved the offset applique to the side of her piecing. It just really was one of those quilts that I passed by and was like, oh, I really like that. Because the piecing is relatively simple, and she spent a really lot of time on that applique. And so, yeah, another applique quilt. I'm seeing a trend here. And Savannah, you're not the only one that loved that Carl Breyer one. That one was really cool. She had another one in the show as well. So, anyway, this was a really good one, My Happy Place. Again, this is an applique. Oh, Jane. Oh, Jane, Jane. This was a wool applique. A wool applique. And so it was kind of on a back wall, and I was like, oh, I like beelined it over. I loved all the white flowers that are in those center 9 areas and the blues on the outside. She just did a spectacular job. And then this was like the border. So, again, you guys know how much I love feathers, and you know how much I love my straight lines. And if you don't know, welcome to my world. Those are two things that I absolutely love. She did them really, really well. Her little tiny border, like sashing treatment there, I loved that as well. She did such a great job. And then as you move in towards the quilt, one, I liked how she actually quilted on the applique there, and I loved those square kind of crosshatchy looking area as well. So let's see. Okay, and this is our own Lynn Hartman, so I could not give Lynn a shout out. Did a fantastic job on this, and it was really fun to see it hanging. So kudos to you, Lynn. Okay, this one again, like the coloring really spoke to me. And when I show you the next slide, you're going to be like, oh my gosh, that quilting is amazing. But first, let's just talk about that piecing. Those center like spires are so skinny, so skinny. But anyway, Ramona did a fabulous job on this particular quilt. But look at the quilting. Again, it's that ghost quilting, right? Where you're quilting a motif and then right next to it is something really, really dense that helps really make the quilting, that ghost quilting, stand out. Again, a lot of work went into this. And it does look like, again, that is an applique quilt, but I can't remember because I was so in awe of that quilting. So again, oops, oh, I thought I had another one. In her border as well, she had ghost quilting, and that was just as spectacular. And I loved how it was that floating cross hatching in both the block that you see and in the border. So great job on that. Okay, another applique quilt. This one was just so unique with its little spirals and all of that, that again, I had to go up and take a closer look at this. The border was again something that spoke to me. She has some straight lines in there. And I think I have a picture of, I do. It looks like she has a rickrack in there. And I was like, yes, you go, girl. I love it. But it was only in a section of the binding. So it wasn't over the whole binding. And then I love the stripe as her, now I'm spacing. Oh my gosh, I'm totally having a senior moment, everybody. I'm so sorry. Not the binding, but the edging. And yes, Savannah, I'm really into the applique quilts this year. I'm not sure why, because I haven't done applique quilts in a really long time. But maybe it's like the universe telling me that I should get to it. Maybe. I don't know. But I loved this border treatment. I loved, obviously, her straight lines. I wonder if she used the ProLine ruler to do those. I wonder. I don't know. They look pretty darn good. All right. So those were the quilts that really kind of stuck out to me. I had a lot of fun. I did some shopping. I'm working on that stash. And Paula definitely helped me with my shopping. So there was one booth called, I think it was Serious Whimsy. She designs her own fabric. Oh my gosh, I spent a lot of money there. So I came home with a little money because of that booth. So I just washed it all and I'm really excited because now I get to iron it and like kind of drool over it for a while before I decide what I'm actually going to make with it. But if you are in any kind of creative rut, I so suggest you go to a show. The energy in there, even though I've been quilting for 20 plus years, it really is energizing. Not a lot new as far as gadgets and things like that. I didn't see a lot of new stuff, but it still, it met the mark. Met the mark. So, on to something else. I wanted to let you guys know I am doing a free webinar towards the end of the month. I'm just now getting it up onto my website. So if you're interested, if you want to be able to design some serious quilting for your tops, and not have to be like, ooh, is this going to look good? I don't know. Or you start something and then you rip it out because you're like not so sure about it. Then you will want to see this webinar. So there's going to be 3 dates at the end of March, the 24th, the 26th, and then the 28th. So you'll have 3 to choose from. Anyway, that information is going to go up on my website, lisahkaye.com, hopefully after this, because I totally forgot I didn't put it up there. Shame on me. Shame on me. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the quilts as much as I did. Again, those by far were not all of them, but those were just the ones that I wanted to share with you all. So you guys have a fantastic day. And I'm trying to think. I'm on vacation next week, so I won't see you. Going to a golf school, but I will be back the following week. So I hope you guys have a fantastic week, and the weather's warming and spring is coming. Yay. All right. I will see you all next time. Bye.